90-day fiancé. Did Yara Zaya secretly split from her husband, Jovi Dufren? Her latest IG post hints at split. Yara Zaya's marriage to Jovi has not always been happy. The 90-day fiancé couple has often had trouble in paradise, which sparked serious discussion about their marriage. But they bounced back stronger and kept their marriage afloat. But it seems the couple has finally hit the no-return point. Yara married Jovi 6 years ago, and the couple also has a child. Their complicated marriage survived Jovi's loss of a job, lack of intimacy, and job stress, so they can survive anything. But Yara's recent post has everyone questioning whether Yara and Jovi are done for real this time. What exactly did Yara post? Does it mean they are finally getting a divorce? Keep reading for the full scoop. 90-day fiancé. Yara Zaya finally launches new pet business. After more than 2 years of planning, the 90-day fiancé star Yara Zaya finally shared big news with fans. She announced her new pet accessory business on Instagram. Yara said the process was harder and took longer than she expected. She shared that she had to fix many things and start over several times. Yara also shared that she sometimes broke down because she wanted the brand to be perfect. Yara also explained that the business is very special to her because she loves dogs so much. She said pets are part of her family and they deserve love and care. Yara wanted to create products that pet owners would enjoy and feel happy about. She paid close attention to every detail while working on the brand. After 2 years of hard work, Yara proudly launched her business, called Tesoro Collezione, and was very happy that everything worked out. 90-day fiancé. Did Yara and Jovi take divorce after years of problems? Her recent IG post sparked buzz. Yara Zaya's new IG post hints at trouble in paradise for her marriage. The 90-day fiancé star posted on social media, showing herself running down what appears to be an aisle in a white dress, claiming to be happy after her divorce. This new post spread like wildfire among fans, who questioned whether Yara had secretly divorced Jovi. Since the couple has had big complications in their marriage, this was not out of the blue news. However, a quick scan through the comments will tell one this is only a false alarm. She also posted stories about hair and makeup, showing herself getting ready for the photo shoot. In the video, a camera and a production crew are in the background, filming her. Additionally, there's another woman in white bridal wear in the background, presumably also part of the shoot. Logic dictates that if this were a divorce announcement, Yara wouldn't have had so many people around. Despite all the speculations and rumors, fans know Yara is just having fun. She loves to play and clown around. This was just another instance. A lot of fans flooded the comments, shocked to think Yara divorced Jovi. Other fans assured everyone that Yara and Jovi are still together. When the time comes for the announcement, hopefully, Yara will carry it out with more respect. For more 90-day fiancé updates, 90-day fiancé, Jovi drops the D word at tell-all, happily ever after recap. I think this 90-day fiancé couple is the most successful for several shocking reasons. It's not who you think? There are plenty of 90-day fiancé couples who could be considered successful, but one couple stands out among the rest because they've made their own measure entirely. 90-day fiancé debuted in 2014 on TLC, and the OG show recently finished airing its 11th season and a historic 90 weddings. There are many spin-offs within the network, with the other core shows including Happily Ever After, Before the 90 Days, and The Other Way. Furthermore, there are other spin-offs like Love in Paradise, The Single Life, The Last Resort, and Hunt for Love. David Toborowski and Annie Suwan have been around the franchise since Season 5, which was filmed in 2017. The pair have had their perils, but have proven to me that they are not only one of the most legitimate couples to ever make their way through the show, but also an example of what it takes to fulfill shared dreams. David and Annie have had an unusual 90-day fiancé journey age. Gap couple David and Annie, who have a 24-year age gap, met at a bar in Annie's native Thailand after David took a trip there to find himself again after weight loss and a health scare. Dave left his kids and a failed marriage behind in America to pursue a new life, and his friend Chris helped him financially. When David brought Annie to America, Chris was the co-signer on her visa. Upon arrival, David's dire financial straits were ever present, as they had to live in a commercial space owned by Chris for a period of time. Things in David's personal life were also ugly, as his children, specifically his daughter Ashley, outwardly resented David and were not happy with him bringing home a young Thai bride. However, David and Annie's love stayed true, and the pair went on to be cast members in Happily Ever After. They stayed around the franchise in various spin-offs before landing their own in David and Annie. After the 90 days, in which their endeavor to bring Annie's sister and cousin to America was detailed. In season 2, Ashley even went to Thailand with them and worked on her relationship with David. Off-camera, David and Annie capitalized on their 90-day fiancé fame. Their big personalities, amazing senses of humor, and unwavering support of one another were obvious to me, and I know it helped them achieve stardom. And as a result, influencer/content creator income. Then, in 2024, David and Annie started their IVF journey, as Annie wanted to have a baby and was having trouble conceiving naturally with David. Annie and David got pregnant, and their baby girl Minthira was born in March 2025. David and Annie are thriving outside America. No other K-1 visa couples have returned to the foreigner's home country. Becoming parents, David and Annie decided to move to Thailand, where they own a condo. Annie gave birth to Minthira there, and the pair are seemingly making plans to settle there long-term. In all the years I've watched 90 Day Fiancé, and knowing what I do about all the couples, David and Annie are the first to return to the home country of their partner after going through all the hoops of the K-1 visa. They previously had a nice big house in Arizona, and David was making money moves as a realtor. David and Annie are proving to me that they know what their idea of happiness is. And for them, it's Thailand, being close to Annie's family, and living comfortably. David and Annie have financial ambitions, besides the American dream. Besides being the first couple to settle back in the foreign partner's home country happily, David and Annie have seen the most success from their 90 Day Fiancé accolade. Aside from lucratively doing cameos, David and Annie co-own Cooking with DNA, where they offer cooking classes and also do catering. It's unclear if the catering part is still active now that they're in Thailand. Since settling into Thailand with their daughter, Annie has expressed her desire to own and operate a farm, a dream which David seems to be going along with. With being happily together, financially stable, and with a solid support system, I believe David and Annie will achieve everything they set out to do. David and Annie don't feud with others and provide comic relief. David and Annie find joy in life. The other point about David and Annie that makes me feel like they are the most successful 90 Day Fiancé couple ever is that they don't feud with the other couples like so many 90DF alums do. In fact, David and Annie are among the most popular cast in the franchise and have met up and spent time with cast members in different places in the world. The alumni couple are known to lean into their comedic relief, which makes them wholly likable. Having gotten married in November 2017, David and Annie are showing other 90 Day Fiancé couples what's possible in a cross-cultural relationship, even with their huge age gap. They are a shining example of how much is possible with love, support, and forward thinking. Beloved, 90 Day Fiancé couple welcomes new addition to family, in a way no one saw coming. A popular couple from 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, has added a new member to their family. Over the years, several cast members have welcomed new additions to their families in meaningful ways. In March 2025, David Toborowski and Annie Suwon welcomed their first daughter, Minthira. They overcame several challenges on their journey to parenthood, finally achieving their long-awaited goal. Jasmine Pineda, who is currently featured in 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After Season 9, also reached a similar milestone in early 2025, welcoming her first child with her friend Matt Brannis. Jasmine shared the news of her baby's arrival in March, expressing her joy at becoming a mother again. Recently, Yara Zaya and Jovi Dufren, who already have a daughter named Mila, added a new member to their family. Recently, Yara Zaya and Jovi Dufren, who already have a daughter named Mila, added a new member to their family. In the video recently posted by 90 Day Fiancé, Yara revealed that they adopted a puppy. The video showed Yara meeting Jovi at the airport, and she told him about the new addition to their family. Their daughter, Mila, named the puppy Mila. Yara appeared happy about the new pet, but Jovi expressed some uncertainty about having a dog in their new house in Miami, especially with all the new furniture. He said, "I would love for Yara to be more focused on expanding our family instead of, raising a new puppy." What Mila joining Yara and Jovi's family means Yara and Jovi will now have additional responsibilities. It's heartwarming to see Yara becoming more open to the idea of expanding her family with Jovi. Although they didn't have a baby together, her willingness to take on a new responsibility and expand her family with her husband is evident. It also appears that Jovi is beginning to make some compromises. While he was adamant about having a second child with Yara, the new video shows him being content with being a dog dad for now, even though he is concerned about the puppy ruining their new furniture. It seems that adopting a new puppy will help Yara and Jovi determine if they're ready for more responsibilities. While a pet isn't a baby, raising one does require a significant amount of time and effort. If Yara and Jovi can successfully care for their new dog, they may decide to have a second baby in the future. The new pet could be a way for them to assess their readiness to be parents to a newborn. It may give Yara the confidence she needs to take the next step and have a second baby with Jovi. Our take on Jovi's reaction to Yara adopting Mila Jovi's concerns are valid. It's understandable that Jovi is concerned about Yara adopting Mila. While he knows his wife and daughter, Mila, will enjoy having the puppy around the house, he is aware of the potential challenges that come with having a dog. He doesn't want Mila to damage his new furniture or cause chaos in his home. Additionally, Jovi may be apprehensive about the responsibility of being a pet parent, as he would need to invest time in training Mila. The 90-day fiancé. Happily Ever After cast member is likely considering the sacrifices he may have to make, which is important to think about if he and his wife plan to have a second child. 90-day fiancé's Jovi Dufren wants Yara to admit he's right after exposing truth about relationship. Jovi Dufren pushed Yara Zaya to finally admit he was right after dropping a heartbreaking truth that could change everything in their relationship on 90-day fiancé. Happily Ever After, Jovi from New Orleans and Yara from Ukraine are all set to make their comeback with 90-day fiancé. Happily Ever After, Season 9. The couple met via a travel app and got married in Las Vegas. Yara welcomed baby Mila in September 2020. The couple has faced challenges, including cultural differences, balancing Jovi's demanding job with family life, trust, and communication, which they addressed on The Last Resort. Jovi and Yara have been together for over 7 years and married for 5. And over time, Jovi has come to realize some hard-hitting facts about their relationship. Jovi shared a post from @mens_corner on his Instagram stories that showed a picture of a man and a woman sitting next to each other in a car with the words, "The longer we're married, the more I realize that 95% of the time my husband is right. I just didn't like his tone." Jovi added his own caption that was directed at Yara when he said, "At Yara Zaya, please admit." What Jovi wanting Yara to admit he's right means for relationship Jovi and Yara's marriage hits a rough patch. After Miami move, Jovi and Yara ended up being the only couple from 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 1 who stayed together after the show. Their journey seemed to prove that couples therapy worked, for instance, after they moved to Miami with their daughter, a decision that Yara pushed for and Jovi agreed to. The move may have added new strain, though. In May 2025, when a fan asked if his marriage was getting stronger over time, Jovi replied, "No LOL, it's gotten harder TBH," adding, "They say after 7 years, things smooth out." Now it seems Jovi is starting to regret leaving Louisiana. He gave up being close to his family and friends, especially his mother, whom he often leaned on for support and parenting help. Moving to Miami not only put distance between Jovi and his support system, but also forced him to let go of things he enjoyed, like visiting strip clubs, which Yara strongly disapproved of. She also took issue with his drinking. Jovi, in turn, believes Yara tries too hard to control things and says she shouldn't force him to do things her way because, in his view, his choices are usually better. Our take on Jovi Dufren, claiming he's always right. Is Jovi teasing Yara or hinting at real trouble? Jovi and Yara's relationship has been through rough patches, with Yara even warning him she'd go back to Ukraine with their baby if he didn't clean up his act. He got a more flexible job that doesn't keep him away from family for months. Jovi seems to want fans to know that he's the better partner because he has made bigger sacrifices. However, Jovi is also known for pranking fans, and his story could just be him teasing Yara ahead of their 90-day fiancé, Happily Ever After. Come back to stir up drama. I'm convinced Jovi Dufren is trying to mislead 90-day fiancé fans. He has ulterior motives. I think Jovi Dufren is trying to mislead 90-day fiancé fans with recent assertions, as I believe he has ulterior motives. Jovi first appeared in the 90 Day Fiancé franchise in 90 Day Fiancé Season 8, when his now-wife Yara Zaya moved to Jovi's native New Orleans from Ukraine. Jovi and Yara got pregnant within weeks of her arrival, right before the COVID-19 pandemic erupted. Jovi and Yara's parental journeys to their daughter Mila and subsequent relationship struggles were highlighted on several seasons of 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After and 90 Day Diaries. Jovi and Yara's main issues have been around Jovi's drinking, partying, and affinity for strippers, and Yara's desire to move out of New Orleans and, more so, out of the country to Europe. They've also disagreed over having another child, and Yara secretly taking birth control. Moreover, Jovi's job in underwater robotics keeps him gone for weeks to months at a time, and he turned down a local job. Their problems led them to be cast in 90 Day The Last Resort, where they left as a stronger couple. Now, Jovi is making me believe he is feigning his marital drama. Jovi recently shared an ominous update on his marriage. It's gotten harder. Jovi likes to do Q&As with fans on Instagram via his stories. In one such exchange, via @TheRealityMess, Jovi was asked, "Do you feel your marriage is getting stronger over time?" Jovi replied, "No LL, it's gotten harder TBH. To me, this means Jovi is trying to get across that he is struggling in his marriage. If Jovi didn't relish the attention he gets from his marriage to Yara, then he wouldn't put their alleged drama on blast. I think that Jovi wants to give life to the idea that he and Yara are struggling, and I believe he's not only doing it for attention, but also relevancy." Jovi made false claims about his relationship with Yara. Before. In February 2025, Jovi isn't a stranger to airing out his alleged problems with his marriage. Just as early as February 2025, Jovi had claimed that he and Yara were separated, stating, "No, we are not," when asked whether he and Yara were still together. However, that assertion turned out to be false, as he and Yara have both been sharing happy selfies and family outings together. I don't believe Jovi at his word anymore. It seems to me that he is calculated with his posting concerning Yara to drum up murkiness and interest in his relationship status. Jovi wants to stay relevant. In the 90 Day Fiancé franchise, he and Yara reportedly filmed a new show. I think Jovi's motives for sharing concerning and potentially damning updates about his marriage to Yara have to do with their relevancy. The more drama and reality TV-worthy issues they have in their marriage, the more likely they are to be cast in another 90 Day Fiancé franchise show. They have not been on any network shows since 90 Day The Last Resort, which filmed in January 2023 and aired from August to October 2023. However, Jovi and Yara were recently spotted filming, which means they could have reprised their roles as cast members. It's unclear what show Jovi and Yara were filming for, but my best guess is 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After, Season 9. I see through Jovi's intentions to drum up interest in himself and Yara, and I think he is being purposefully misleading. Jovi has an Instagram following of 447,000 people, and he uses it to control his narrative and co-opt interest. Jovi and Yara have fallen out of relevancy with the emergence of so many new couples versus their old, tired drama, and I feel Jovi was aiming to maintain his importance with his recent post. 90 Day Fiancé. Yara Zaya ended up getting a new job in the US. What happened to her controversial online clothing store? Yara Zaya from 90 Day Fiancé recently made an unexpected shift in her career in the United States. She tied the knot with her American husband, Jovi Dufren, on February 14, 2020, and they welcomed their daughter Mila later that year. Due to becoming a mother soon after getting married, Yara had limited time to explore America. She stayed at home to care for her daughter, while Jovi was often away for weeks at a time, working as an ROV, remotely operated vehicles supervisor overseas. Jovi's absence understandably took a toll on Yara and put a strain on their marriage. A few years after getting married, the couple decided to visit Yara's family in Europe. The trip proved to be challenging, as it led Yara to contemplate moving to Prague permanently, putting her marriage to Jovi at risk. In 2023, Yara and Jovi featured in 90 Day The Last Resort Season 1. They discussed their marital issues, with Yara mentioning Jovi's obsession with strip clubs. Yara also admitted to taking birth control pills without informing Jovi. Despite facing a possible breakup, Yara and Jovi were able to reconcile in the season finale. Since then, they have maintained a healthy marriage. Yara is now a spokesperson for a new brand. Yara is working with the Alpha Closers Club. Since her debut on TV, Yara has achieved several career milestones. She has launched a clothing business, experimented with making personalized videos for fans, and generated income through brand partnerships. Recently, Yara was featured in an Instagram post by Alpha Closers Club